Hello, friends. It's Wednesday. Well, this has been a very special week, and it's a very special day. Yesterday was my daughter's and my niece's birthdays, and today would have been my dad's 96th birthday. Yes, my sister and I both had babies the day before our father's birthday. Different years, of course, but we tried. It's January, and even though it's cold outside, it's warm in here. Or maybe it's the scarf. It's really true, isn't it, that scarves keep your neck warm? It's amazing. I've been doing a closet challenge this past couple of weeks, and in it, I've been evaluating what I wear every day, and then I've been evaluating my closet, and then you have to link the two up. And it's very interesting. I learned that I have way more clothes than I will ever need, but especially a lot of scarves. And what am I saving them for? Who am I saving them to wear for? I need to be enjoying them more. So today I have one on this special day to keep my neck warm. Well, yesterday my daughter requested for her birthday homemade coconut cream pie like her grandmother Holt made at their family restaurant. And then she also wanted angel biscuits, and my husband made grilled nice steaks outside, even though it was cold. He ran in and out and grilled them. So it was very nice. I've made coconut pie lots of times, but I don't usually make my own crust. And for some reason, I decided that I was going to try making my own crust yesterday. Well, it turned out okay. They were edible. They were not as flaky and crispy as they should have been. But I realized once again that cooking is more of an art than a science. You can't just take a recipe for a pie crust and follow it and expect that it's going to turn out perfectly the first time or second time or fifth time. You need some practice. Your hands have to learn how to do that task and then sync with your brain. I think that athletes call that muscle memory. I wouldn't know as far as athletics because I've never been much for sports, but I think it's muscle memory. So your hands have to learn and with repetition. I'm doing these pottery classes, and I'm trying to learn what my hands are supposed to do while my brain is trying to remember what the instructor has told me. And once you get all that in sync, then it gets much easier. And when you do something that you love routinely, you can get in that groove and it works out fine. I love to write. And for me, that comes quite easily. But I've done it a lot. Last Saturday, I attended a writer's conference. And of course, we talked a lot about the skill of writing. But we also talked a little bit about the why. And why I feel drawn to write, and why I write. And that's a very interesting thing to ponder. I've been reading recently an interesting book by Jordan Rayner, and it's called to Create. He uses the scripture that we all know very well, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. God is a creator. We know that. But we're also made in God's image. So in this book called To Create, he talks about that if we're made in God's image and he is a creator, then we're creators too. Well, I love that. And, you know, as I think about it, it doesn't have to be just in an artistic way, such as pottery or painting. My father was a stonemason, and he used his job to create beautiful buildings and fireplaces out of stone. It wasn't until later in his life that he realized that that was really an artistic sort of endeavor for him. It was his job, but he was finding the creativity in it. So what am I called to create? Why do I feel drawn to certain things? And why do I spend hours working on a writing project? And instead of being tired, I'm exhilarated from the whole experience. I'm working from memory. I'm working out of my giftedness. And it just seems effortless to me. So what have you been called to create? Maybe it's a hobby that you need to make it feel more like a job. Take it more seriously. I'm editing my uncle's book, and he's not paying me to do that. So it is a hobby for me. And so I've set a deadline for when I'm going to be finished because I want to treat that hobby like a job. My sister, who's an artist, has recently set a work schedule for a painting that she's trying to complete. So she's trying to treat this artistic hobby of hers more like a job. Well, maybe you have the reverse situation. How can you make your job feel more like a hobby? How can you find the creativity in something that you're doing for a living? What's that saying? If you do something you love, you will never work a day in your life. And I think we can all find that place when we start looking for the creativity in what we do as our job. So how can you turn your job into a hobby and treat it that way? After all, you were created in God's image. And if God is a creator, then you are a creator. I hope you have a great Wednesday. And until next time, see you then.